We are
Blow some
recording.
boogers out in that rag, beef.
Hey, yeah, dude, I can't hear
Shut up,
what
Nick.
I sound. I can't hear what
You
I
sound like hell, is what you
You
sound
sound like you're talking like this.
You sound like you smoked 6 packs today.
So here's the thing.
I might have.
I might have last night.
Welcome to the Morning Missile Sports Podcast, and welcome back. I'm Nick Wyshynski, followed by Ryan Beadle, Peter Maurer, and Nick Soul for another week 6, past the hump. So glad we're back. We have a packed show. I'm ready. We're back on Zoom. Our new old studio isn't ready to be back in yet, so we're back on Zoom, baby.
Hey, big rip.
So we're back. We got a packed show. Great show. We're ready to go. And
You know-
let's run it.
We have ignition sequence start.
It's the Morning Missile Sports Podcast. 3, 2, 1. Wake up in the morning, it's just Nick and Beef. Talking on the missile is just all you need. Debating all the sports to indulge and just have a laugh. So sit back, enjoy, it's time to relax.
Well, it's good to be back. First off,
Welcome back.
First off, I'd like to clear up that, I listened to your guys' episode 5, and you talked about how Pete has COVID and all this, and it's like, guys, I feel like that's a crime. No, that's a crime to put that on me.
Wait. You put it on yourself.
No.
You were the one that was
Exactly.
texting us like, guys, I have COVID. I know it. I'm going to test
made
positive.
The largest,
You put it all on yourself.
Deal.
No,
the
here's
largest
the thing.
deal you could have possibly made about this.
Well,
made.
Here's the thing.
To support our argument from last podcast, the fact that you are kind of a hypochondriac, so
Yeah.
Right.
You did not have COVID, did you?
Okay, but here's the thing. If I was going to say I had COVID, let's just say I had a fever, my body ached.
dude, you had a bad hangover. That's all.
No. No. Because here's the thing. In what hangover does your tonsils just swell up like big old fat cow testicles?
All of them.
No, dude. And I had swimmers
No,
here,
dude.
Wait, can someone tell me why Pete sounds like Nick Soul doing his Bob and Tom impersonation right now? Like, that's all I can hear. Every time Pete talks, that's what I hear.
Hi, welcome back to Bob and Tom in the Morning. It's me and Nick Soul. Nick Soul, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right, Tom. How are you?
Not too bad. It's going to be a great morning. Great day.
It's
on the
9:15
highway.
in the morning tonight. Weather's looking great.
Let's sear some red hot chili peppers.
Yikes. All right. Anyway.
That's too good.
I did miss you guys. It is episode 6, so a lot of people are saying right now we're playing for that bowl game eligibility.
Yep.
Well,
Game 6 right now.
well, what?
So wait, you're telling me we're 5-0 going into week 6?
Well, we
Is that what you're
moved
telling me
it.
right now?
Well, I think it's obvious you guys had a drop off last week without me.
Well, here's also the thing.
There
We
was no
also
episode last
moved
week,
up
so-
quite a bit in the overall Michigan ranking. So you're listening to the fastest growing podcast in Michigan,
And that's a fact, Jack.
the Fact
That is
Jack.
a fact, Jack.
So welcome in and keep sharing. So
Absolutely.
I have a would you rather question.
Oh, no.
Would
What
you
is it?
rather go to work or school having a poop stain on the outside of your shorts on your butt without knowing it, or realize that you had an important project,
Oh.
or the day,
Settle down.
the day after it was due and you haven't done anything?
So
I'd
here's the
rather
thing.
do that.
No,
I'm
so
not
here's-
going to school with a
no, no.
shit stain.
So here's the question you just asked. Would you rather shit your pants and not know it or miss a homework assignment? Dude, that is the most
No,
teacher
but
question
you-
of all time. That
You
is the
could be-
most teacher question. Oh shit,
my
dude.
God.
You could be in work and like it could be a project for work, so you might get fired.
It could
Oh.
be, but
Okay,
is
at
it?
least I don't have a shit stain on my ass.
Dude, really?
Thank you for coming to do business with me. Please follow me to my office. You just got a fresh mud pie in your back pocket, dude.
Oh,
All right,
fuck.
fine, that was a dumb would you rather.
Yeah,
It was really bad.
It really was.
Well, do you guys have a
Intern Nick?
better one?
Intern Nick,
What?
what do you have to bring to the table this week? Anything?
No.
Didn't think so.
Wow.
Didn't think so. Good
You
day.
just put me on this fucking spot like that, dude. You can't just throw me in the lion's pit out of nowhere. All
All right. Are we ready to
It's
get
getting
into some
personal, man.
Are we ready to
Take
get
it
into some
easy.
content?
Yeah, let's go.
All
Let's
right.
take it
First, before we get into the content, we have an advertisement. Our very special ad from Matt Bosker at Extreme Custom Graphics. That's at Extreme Custom Graphics with an X at the end. He does anything decal oriented. He does cups. He does signs. He does card decals. He does shirts. There's no limit to what this man can do. We love every product he's made for us. Really special guy, sweetheart. He loves comedy. He loves the show. Please support him. Check him out on at Instagram, and that's at Extreme Custom Graphics, and that's Matt Bosker. So please give him a shout out. All right, without further ado, let's go to in or out.
Want it. If you want it. You don't want it. I can feel it. You don't want it. Okay.
All right, welcome to some in or out.
Hey, good to be back, baby.
Good to be back. What
come on, baby.
What did this rank on our poll the other day? It was like fourth.
What are you gonna do about it?
We're not doing that.
Are you in or out on in or out?
Come on, Coach Steve. You want a little bit
Here's the thing. Our in or out subject is the only segment where we actually talk about sports strictly. So
That's not true.
Yeah, majority of it though.
I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so in or out is a segment where we talk about a hot take and we discuss whether we're in on that hot take or out and give a short explanation why. So our first in or out is the Patrick Mahomes contract worth $500 million. Are you in or out on that contract?
I'll go first. I'm out.
Why?
Yeah, raise your eyebrows. Think he's a great quarterback. Do I think he's the most deserving quarterback? Maybe this year, maybe last year. Where's that contract for Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers?
Oh.
Two guys have had same kind of years as him. Beatles can Aaron Rodgers throw it sidearmed? Just relax.
That's not what I'm gonna say.
He can, but
Congrats. Kansas City won one Super Bowl. Let's give him $500 million.
Beetle, go ahead.
Listen. So, in reality, I realize that this contract seems absolutely absurd. But the Chiefs are actually going to save themselves money in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
Because in 4 to 5 years, when Patrick Mahomes could have been a free agent again, when he's still under the same contract, he might have gotten $60 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way the market goes.
Mm-hmm.
So they locked down their franchise quarterback for the next, 12 years now? It was a 10-year contract. We already had 2 left. So yeah,
it was
12
a 10-year
more years.
extension, so 12 years total on the
12
contract.
years total. So you lock down your franchise quarterback for the next 12 years, and you don't have to worry about renegotiating in 5-6 years or whatever it is. And the way the NFL is going and the way the market's been going for quarterbacks, they're going to end up saving money in the long run. So yeah, the next couple of years, it's going to suck because they're going to be paying him a shit ton of money. But in 5-6 years, when he's the 6th highest paid quarterback in the NFL, 7th highest paid quarterback in the NFL, it's going to look like a great deal.
Fucking
So-
please, dude.
Well, that's what I was going to say is it depends on what you look at. And for the first half, it really benefits Patrick Mahomes. For the back half, it really benefits the Chiefs. But here's the other component of the Kansas City, this contract is that Andy Reid, he's in the back half of his seasons. Who knows how long he's going to make it if he makes it 12 extra years. And that makes up a large component of the offense. Whether that radiates with Patrick Mahomes or not in regards to offensive production, I don't know. But that just component shows the lack of flexibility that Patrick Mahomes over the next 12 years to get out of the contract or not until the organization decides to do so. So if you're looking at it from Patrick Mahomes' contract, he's a rich dude with a great program, but there's a lot of question marks over the next 12 years in regards to coaching and whether he can keep up that production. So he's really limited in his options. At the end of the day, he secured a spot with a great program for 12 years. Don't get me wrong. And he's worth $500 million now. But he lost a lot of negotiating, power there. So
Yeah, I mean, he took the security over, maximum earning potential, and
That's
I
a-
can't say
It's
that
not.
I blame
It's
him.
not even earning potential, but like maximum like flexibility in his own rights to like move locations, to add money, to lower money, whatever he has to do to make the team better. So
Yeah, but at the same time, like Patrick Mahomes can win with any coach and most teams. I
but
think.
can he?
So,
We don't know. He has a great team
Fair
around
enough.
him.
Fair enough.
Like,
You're right.
I mean, he has great talent. He has a great offense. I don't have much. I couldn't complain. I mean, his defense is questionable, but I mean,
Right.
okay.
I mean, the way I look at it is I think only time will tell, really. I think the Chiefs are taking an opportunity to set maybe a new precedent on how contracts are negotiated long term with quarterbacks, maybe moving forward. I think
Sure.
if it goes well immediately in the future, then maybe more quarterback contracts are going to be negotiated like this with long-term deals, high, salaries and things like that. But then again, if it goes bad, then there's an opportunity for it to just stay exactly the same as it is. So I think, like I said, only time will tell moving forward. So we'll just have to see.
Okay. Next topic. We got the FedEx said they would remove their name from the field stadium of the Redskins if they didn't change their name. Are you in or out on this move by FedEx to remove their sponsorship from the field?
What am I supposed to say, man? I'm in. I'm in. I don't. Do you want us to get canceled?
Canceled? Yeah, I
You
know.
must
I know. I
disagree
just.
with that?
Yeah, that's a good point. All
I'm
right.
out.
All right. Next topic. I don't know.
No, I feel like every company has the opportunity to decide what they want to endorse and have them represent for themselves. So I think they should be able to decide if they want to be a part of that or not.
Well, I
don't
just
see
feel
it.
like
and I think it's good for FedEx to kind of make a stand and
precedent.
stand up for what they
Absolutely.
believe in, and
Yep.
they think it's wrong, so they're gonna put their money where their mouth is and say, hey, we're not gonna support this unless you change the name. So I mean,
Well,
good for FedEx.
I don't think it takes too much like effort to change the Redskins names to just simplify it to like the Reds. Like, okay, there's
That'd be
Are they
nothing. That would
talking
be
about the
nothing.
Warriors?
like literally anything else. Like it literally doesn't take
I
much
think
to
I-
change him.
I think the name the Red Tails, that was an option too.
Yeah, that's
Which
what
is-
Dwayne Haskins
Which
said
is
that he
sick.
wanted
And
to.
the history behind it's really sick. I think it has to do with the Tuskegee Airmen. It's
Mm-hmm.
a really sick story. So I'd
Yeah.
be for that.
Yeah, I'd be okay
Yeah,
with that.
I'm in on that for sure. In on the whole FedEx thing. So don't get me wrong. All right, next topic. We got Usman versus Masvidal on
yeah.
Saturday night.
Oh, yeah.
This was a short notice fight. So this is more of reaction, not in or out. Does anybody have any reactions based on this fight?
Can I start?
Yeah, go for it.
Go ahead.
Can I start? This fight is about as anticlimactic of a fight as you'll ever see in the UFC. I've never seen more foot stomps that did absolutely nothing in my life, back to back to back to back to back to back again, just stomping on his foot. It does nothing. All they do, he was just racking up fucking striking points. That was literally it. One of the most boring fights I've ever seen. And I mean, I get that they're trying to get a win, but figure it out.
Right.
Dana White, there's something that's got to be done there. Like that, you're losing viewership if that's your main event on your card. If that's what that is, people aren't going to watch again.
Yeah. Pete, do you have a reaction?
I agree with intern Nick. I'm out on I don't think the fight was that electric at all. If I'm being honest, didn't even watch anything about it, but I can assume that it wasn't electric. But I was out to dinner with Ethan. I was coaching. I'm very in on Fight Island though. I think that's nasty.
Yeah,
Dude.
Fight Island's pretty lit, dude. I like Fight Island.
It's like it's kind of like a new theme park, like in a Scooby Doo movie.
Oh well, yeah, I know it's exactly what you're talking
Fight
about
Island,
too.
yeah. It's like Spooky Island.
Spooky Island.
Spooky Island. Yeah, that's a good movie, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I know every word from that movie.
Prove it.
Like Scoob. Beetle, did you have any reactions?
I mean, I agree with Nick. I didn't think it was the greatest fight. I mean,
You agree with me too.
Yeah, I mean, Pete didn't watch the fight, so his opinion doesn't really matter. But no, I mean, it was. it felt like I was watching an undercard fight where it was like
Yeah.
both the guys' first fight in the UFC, and they were both just kind of feeling it out. Like it didn't feel like it should have been a main event caliber fight, and so that was disappointing. And luckily, I didn't pay money; I streamed it illegally, so I'm not that upset. But
Dana White's gonna get you.
But the also
bring it on, Dana.
The Max Holloway fight before that fight,
Mhm.
absolute robbery too.
Yeah,
I
he
watched
got
that
robbed
fight.
hard.
Max Holloway, one of the greatest to do it. In his division.
That was
The Jose
that was
Aldo
really
fight
bad.
was good too until he got smothered near the end.
No, he's just he's an older guy. I mean, the fact
No.
that he's still able to compete at this level at his age,
Dude, he's
fucking amazing.
yoked.
He is
ripped up.
He is fucking
Very
shredded.
lean.
Yeah.
So my reaction to this fight is it is what they named it, a short notice fight. And
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Like
what it is.
literally, you could tell that both of them were not prepared or well studied on the other opponent. Masvidal and Usman, the first round looked extremely exciting. Like the first round looked like this was going to be an electric fight. Masvidal came out like swinging. Usman did a couple. I think he shot on him a couple times. I thought it was going to be a real exciting fight, but Masvidal didn't look like he was in the shape that he could have been in to extend this fight. And Usman did what he had to win the fight. It was a good strategy by Usman, but a not well prepared fight by Masvidal. Masvidal tried to stick to what
it was just like, let's do the bare minimum we can to win this fight.
Exactly.
I think it was at the end of the day, he was doing what he knew. He knew what he did would win the fight because he wasn't getting
That's it.
hits, but he was collecting.
And to be honest, I can't blame him because that's what you're there to do is win the fight. But as a fan, it was not exciting to watch.
Championship. He's just getting
money. Exactly.
If you don't know your opponent, if you're on a short week, you stick to a short, well-structured game plan. That's what sports is. You go to what you know.
Well-rounded.
Yep, well-rounded. All right. Next topic. Under Armour dropped UCLA as a sponsor. That was like a $50 million contract, and the company CamSoda, which is a pornography a streaming site, said
entertainment.
Said they would
right here. Adult entertainment
said that they would buy out the contract if they put CamSoda on their jerseys. In or out on that?
I'm in, dude. I'm so in. Why would you not? I feel like that industry, like the adult film industry, is the acceptance for it in society is growing daily. I think it's becoming more socially acceptable. Like you look at like Logan Paul and his inclusion with Lana Rhoades and that type of thing. It's making his videos explode. Yeah, it'll take time to look it up if you haven't. But I think like the fact the fact that porn stars are being included in mainstream media nowadays more than they ever have been before, I think is okay. And I think that sooner than later, it's going to be probably okay to put that on.
Yeah.
I just feel like UCLA is too stereotypical to put it on.
If anywhere is going to do it, it's going to be UCLA.
Yeah, exactly.
But I agree with Nick. Yeah, like UCLA, like I'm excited for that inclusion. If that does happen, maybe we'll get like the XNXX Bubble Butt Bowl game or something.
Dude, I'm telling you right now. Can you imagine like the number of old Karen boomers?
And we're back to the Chatterbait Championship.
Welcome to the Abella Danger twerking contest.
Okay,
all right. Anyways, Freedom, what were you saying?
I was just gonna say, like, can you imagine the outrage of, like the over 40 white America if
they wouldn't know what the fuck that is.
If UCLA put CamSoda on their fucking jerseys,
they don't know what CamSoda is.
They'd find out, and the outrage would be unreal. All right, see you, Pete.
That's fair. I'm gonna go out, just for the fact that in this climate, I don't think it's pretty appropriate to.
Not yet.
I think it's hilarious if they did do it. I would use it as a joke, but I think for UCLA, to accept that contract, they would be considering their program as a joke in a way, and accepting.
No, it would never actually happen.
No, it would never happen. But I think it's hilarious that it happened, and for that fact, I'm in. That CamSoda even made that record. Like, we'll pay you $500
That's great
million.
PR for them. Yeah.
Yeah, $500 million to accept our contract and maybe consider it. And it's fucking hilarious. But I'm out if they actually took the contract. I'm in on the fact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, good enough.
Yep. Okay. All NCAA conferences in football so far have went to a conference only schedule. Are we in or out on that?
So let me go first on this. If it gives us any chance of having college football, I guess I'm in, but there's not going to be college football this fall. So who really cares?
Okay.
I agree with that completely. I mean, I'm in on it for the aspect that we're going to get college football. I think it'll be cool, to see them going right off the bat. Conference play is obviously going to mean a lot more, but I agree with Beef. I don't really think that college football is going to happen. I don't think any sports are going to happen in the fall. I mean, we'll be lucky if it happens in the spring.
Right.
I'm out for the reason that Beetle said, and the fact that I don't think there's going to be large amounts of people allowed to be, at these games, first of all, but also because there's some conferences, there's such a hierarchy of skill that exists in some of these conferences. Like, some teams are just blowing out other teams in their conferences in comparison to like some SEC teams, like that's the only good competition that they're going to get if they go to the SEC. So sure. I mean, it's cool if it happens, but at the end of the day, if it doesn't, I'm not super butthurt about it. Shit happens, life goes on. If we don't have a season this year, that's all right.
It's going to destroy Internick not to tailgate, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's how he, gets through a school year.
Yeah, we just got a tailgate on Saturday, guys. That's all. We just got to make it to Saturday.
Sue me.
I'm out as a fan, of course. As a football fan, I want to see Michigan versus Wisconsin, Alabama versus USC, which is probably the top game I wanted to see. Yeah. Not for the fact that it's equal in competition, but just because they're two
Michigan versus Washington, not Michigan versus Wisconsin.
Oh, that's what I meant to say. And Ohio State versus Oregon, that was going to be a good game too. And I think Oregon's facing North Dakota State too. They were scheduled to play, which was going to be a big game too. So out as a fan for the fact. What? How is that not a big game? They actually have a chance against Oregon.
Yes.
All right. Anyways, but as just because I know this climate. And if there's a chance to play sports, I want to play sports. But I don't think choosing conferences geographically is going to help any aspect of the fact of the way this virus spreads. So I don't think sports is going to happen in general, but I'm in overall, I guess, if there's going to be sports.
We're hopeful.
Yeah.
Hey, if anybody listening could decipher what he just said and let us know in the comments, that'd be great. Thank you.
What do you mean?
If you can,
I got real confused there at the end. I got lost.
I was just talking about like out because I want to see these games, and I don't think that in general, dividing by conference is really gonna make a difference between the spread of the virus in general. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, in theory, it will because there's a lot less travel and stuff like that. So, I mean, in theory, it is going to make a difference.
Okay, but they travel on private planes.
They're not going to play, so whatever.
Yeah.
Not all the schools. A lot of the schools fly regular planes because they don't have the money. The big time schools, they take private planes, but a lot of the schools don't.
But the games that I listed, like Michigan versus Washington, Alabama versus USC, and Ohio State versus Oregon, all those guys have their own plane.
Yeah, but that's not. I mean, so you're just going to pick some of the non-conference games and not play the other ones?
Yeah, the interesting ones.
Oh, okay. So we're just gonna the NCAA is just gonna be like, yeah, you guys fucking suck. You don't get to play anybody else, but you guys are good. So
I mean, everybody knows who the big names are. It's not like it's a secret.
I feel like if you're making other people adhere to the rule, you kind of have to adhere to the rule yourself. You can't just.
I understand.
Well, we are talking about the NCAA, and they don't like following any rules. They just do whatever the fuck they want. So
that's a good point.
All right, let's get it moving. 4 hour in and out.
Okay, well that actually concludes our in or out. Next up, we got long bet.
Hey, welcome to Cousin Pete's long bet corner. Up first. We
We did not approve this. We
Hi
did not
there.
approve this accent.
Hi there, up first. We got long bet of the week number 1. When do sports get canceled again, boys?
I said, okay, so after the NBA is about to start here pretty soon, and I think that if there's any sort of spread within this like super contained like area that they're doing this NBA playoff, I think that other sports are gonna cancel after that. That's my take. So we'll find out within the next 2.5 weeks. Well, wait, wait. The season starts at July 30th, first, right? 31st?
Sure.
So
Yeah, thanks.
I mean,
so you got about 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, 2.5 weeks after July 31st, we'll find out whether we're gonna have a season.
Is it? Wait, isn't the NBA league only 2 weeks?
Is
No,
it?
it's longer than
No,
that.
yeah, it's 22 teams. They have an 8-game playoff and then the playoff from there, which is the normal playoff.
Yeah, it'll be like
It'll be like it'll be like a month.
no,
Hey
it's
there.
longer than that even. I think it'll be like September before the NBA finals happen.
Okay, well there you go. So there you go. We'll find out pretty soon.
Um,
You
go ahead, Nick.
No, you go.
Oh, double
oh, that's tough. I think that some sports are going to make it through this, and I think other sports will not. I personally think that baseball will be able to weather the storm,
Yeah.
and keep playing. It's an outdoor sport. You know, they have a lot more options as far as like calling dudes up and putting dudes on the disabled list if they test positive for COVID, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see baseball making it through, whereas like in the NBA, you can't just like call people up from the minor leagues for
That's
a week in the
true.
playoffs. You know what I mean? NHL, same thing. And like in the NHL, you're in a lot closer contact. Same thing with the NBA. You're in a lot closer contact with the other players and stuff like that. And the MLB, like you are, but not really. So I think baseball will be able to continue to keep playing. I think like golf will be fine. Like shit like NASCAR like will be fine, but I think the closer contact sports like the NBA, NHL, NFL, those might get shut down again. So
Yeah.
Well, COVID doesn't live in cold areas, so hockey's fine.
I thought it thrives in cold
Yeah,
areas.
is that a myth? Is that a myth?
Are you
That sounds like
saying
something
something
Pete-
that's unproven by
Are you
science?
saying this? Is
Sounds
that
like
unproven by
something
science,
that
Peter? Are you
Pete
spreading a
saw on
myth?
Facebook.
No, it just my right-wing conspiracy theorist subpage.
Yeah.
No, I just feel like if I was COVID, I wouldn't want to go in the cold.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, so you're saying
Well,
if
that
you-
goes. Yeah, that's
the
like your
cold.
personal mantra. You remember we talked about last week? Did you hear that when we talked about your mosquito?
my God,
winter
yeah.
room.
Yeah, listen,
Running the electric bill through the roof.
guys, just disrespect me.
Well, I asked first.
Yeah, you did ask.
We did ask for permission to disrespect you, so I mean,
Yeah. All right.
All right.
What's next, Pete?
I was gonna say that.
All right.
My
No,
bad.
I guess we can skip me. If you
No.
My
Go ahead.
bad.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Should I mean, I can just leave if you want.
No. Please. We love you.
I fucking forgot what I was gonna say. Now, you asshole.
You were just about to say something.
I know. I can't remember what I was gonna say.
God.
So who's
All right,
gonna
well,
be? Oh God, my voice cracked again, dude.
drink? If how many times he's voice cracks for the rest of the show? We
I
got
like that.
We got like
drinking
All right,
we got like 4 more segments. So
all right. Who's gonna be the surprise team in the NBA this year?
I'll go first. I'm going with the Celtics. They have a very young team. I think this rest it will be in their favor more than the older teams in the league. They added Kemba Walker, which is the only questionable person going into this because of his injury. But if he's healthy, he has a real big leadership role. They easily got to 55-game season or wins in the season. I think they have a real shot at pulling this off and going forward. That's the only limitation I see is that they're such a young and bright upcoming team that I think that like there's really no pressure to succeed this season. So that might be like just like a mindset part of going into the playoffs. But overall, I think the Celtics, like talent wise, are actually like a real underdog going into this playoff.
It doesn't matter because the Lakers are gonna win the championship. So
Thanks, Beef. Thank you for going.
That's
with the,
not
Thanks
a
for going-
surprise team.
Thank you for
no,
you for
I know,
going.
and I said it doesn't matter who the surprise
Wagner
team is
hopping
because
on
the
that
Lakers are
fucking
winning
thing.
it.
Hey guys,
So you-
Uncle Beef had a couple beers and he doesn't
That's
want to
two.
participate in the
That's
fun.
two.
I've actually had 0 beers. I've been drinking water.
That's
He's been
why.
golfing all day, so he's tired. I was gonna.
I don't know what to tell you. The Lakers are winning the NBA championship, and I
Okay.
love LeBron James, so I don't know what you
How
want me
about
to
you
do.
just play
Just
along and
fucking
give me an
marry
underdog
him,
team?
If you love
All
him
right.
so much,
You
why
know
don't
what?
marry him?
You know
dude?
what? No, listen. The Brooklyn Nets are going to show up and lose in the second round of the playoffs, but it's going to be a great run for them. So I think
Can you
it'll
make
be
that
good.
sound less fucking sarcastic, you dick?
Jesus. All right,
just
Nick,
saying.
what's yours?
The Mavericks.
Oh, you don't want to participate in the conversation?
I like the
you're just
Mavericks.
gonna pull
Dude.
some shit out of your ass, all right?
No, I was kidding, dude. I was kidding. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
Yeah,
to-
obviously, dude.
All right, we're cutting this one short, and we're going to everyone's second favorite subject. Nick Wyshynski, take it away. Pass it off.
Coming up, Beatles rant.
Second favorite.
It's fucked up. That might be my new rant. No. All right. So, and I feel bad doing this, but all right. I feel like every single week I cancel a technology company on Beatles rant,
Are we doing another one, dude?
but we're going at it again simply because
Dude.
I'm sitting in my house where I pay $73 a month, I think, for internet. And
Jeez, that's pretty expensive.
I'm using my phone hotspot to do the fucking podcast because the internet doesn't work. I'm sitting 4.5 feet away from the fucking router, and it works great when I'm on my phone, or if I try to stream something on my Xbox, it works great. But as soon as I try to use my fucking computer and get on a Zoom, it's like that's what I sound when Nick tries to talk to me, because that's what I hear when Nick tries to talk to me because it breaks up so bad.
Oh, jeez.
So, if anybody listening to this works for Spectrum,
Go
And
fuck
you're in the
yourself.
Ohio area.
and you're in the Cleveland / Toledo / anywhere in northern Ohio, you can politely kiss my ass and maybe give me a couple free months of
It's not
internet.
gonna help your situation at all.
No,
If
but if it's
anything-
free, I'll be less mad about it if I don't have to pay for it. So
You think they're going to give you free internet?
Oh, we're so sorry, Mr. Ryan Beadle. Here is 6 months free internet.
you know what?
We
You
will
never-
go
you-
fuck
you-
ourselves.
You're never gonna get it if you don't ask.
May
If
we
you don't
kiss
a-
your ass?
That's
If you don't
true.
ask, the answer's no.
That's
So
good. That's a good
Well, I can
life
pretty much
lesson
tell you the
right
answer is
there.
going to be no with that one.
All right. With that being said, everyone go out to your internet provider and just ask him for some free internet.
also make sure you
You
tell them
never
to kiss
know
your
what's gonna
ass,
happen.
but say it politely. Politely kiss your ass. Make sure you tell
Politely
them that.
kiss. Can you politely go kiss my ass, please?
Yikes.
Yeah. That's how I
Alright.
feel about it.
Next up, pitch of the week.
Oh yeah.
All right, welcome to Pitch of the Week, where we pitch something under the radar and we make it well known in our community, our Morning Mister community that we're so proud of, and that it's growing every day. So, yeah, who wants to go first? Yeah, Pete.
Yeah. So this isn't really under the radar.
Oh, well,
It's more of heads up.
Oh no, here we go again.
What are you doing?
Please wear sunscreen.
Is that a horizon on your
can
forehead?
you get closer to the camera? Can you get closer?
That's so. You need better lighting to see it,
Yeah,
but that is
yeah.
bad.
Yeah, if you saw it, there's a straight line going across. For those people on the podcast not listening on YouTube, there's a line going straight across this man's forehead, and it's tomato red underneath.
So here's the thing.
That is one of the worst ones I've seen.
Tomato-
That is
Yeah.
nuts.
His
That's bad.
balding spots looks like winter in Antarctica, but like underneath
His
it's like.
balding spot.
All right. So Here's my pitch. Grab 30 SPF, cake it on.
Yeah.
Once you're done with the 30 SPF, put on 15 SPF. This will get you to 45 SPF total.
I don't think that's how that works.
Afterwards, put on the tanning oil.
Don't put on tanning oil.
And that cancels out 30 of the SPF, and it leaves you a nice 15% SPF base with nice tan skin. And
so why don't you just put 15 SPF on?
Why don't you just not wear a hat?
Because I got sensitive hair and eyes, dude.
Oh, yeah?
Sensitive hair?
Yeah.
What is that?
Dude. Like, if I'll touch it, I'll be like, oh, hot, 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 hot.
What?
It's hot, dude.
What?
My hair gets wicked hot, dude.
So the actual hair gets hot?
Yeah, dude, like burning hot. Like you'd be like, you could start a fire. Like here's the
Peter
thing. Have you ever seen Naked and Afraid where they get to take one item?
Yeah.
Like someone would choose to bring me because my hair would be able to start a fire.
I think that begs the question: if you were on Naked and Afraid, what's your one item?
Okay, well here's the thing.
Yeah, he didn't answer.
I already know it was going to be something.
Well, where am I?
In the fucking jungle.
Okay, then
we were on an island, right?
Okay.
That's what we did last time. So yeah.
Okay, if we're on an island.
Yeah.
Jungle island.
Okay, then a boat.
Well, we already said that.
Okay.
And we said that wasn't fair. So we're gonna move on now.
Then
all right,
intern
who's
Nick,
next?
what's your pitch of the week?
Yeah, intern Nick.
My pitch of the week. Beetle, I'm interested to hear your intake on this because because it affects the Major League Baseball, or it has affected Major League Baseball a couple times in the past. I believe that steroids should absolutely be allowed in every form of professional sports ever. I think it should be allowed to see the absolute peak of human being physical.
I hope everyone is watching this on video right now.
Are we talking HGH or are we talking like
I'm talking whole dude, if you can put it in your body and it makes you a better athlete, I think you should be able to do it. If we're talking about entertainment value, if we're talking about pushing the limits of the human body, why would it not be allowed? They already allow it in professional bodybuilding. I just don't see an issue with it. If people want to be entertained and watch peak performance of their sport, I don't see an issue with it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So Nick, I agree with you from the standpoint of like it would be awesome to watch.
Yeah.
And like when Barry Bonds hit all those fucking home runs, that was fucking
cool.
sick. And I don't really care that he was taking steroids while he did it.
Uh-huh.
But you can't just allow people to take steroids for a few reasons. One,
why not?
There's really bad health side effects with a lot of them. So it's unhealthy
There's
for
really
your
bad health
athletes. You're
side
not gonna
effects to fighting in the UFC also. If you fight in the UFC, you're probably going to get your own
well, guess what? And it's going to be worse if you're on steroids. So
that's fine. I'd rather have really bad CTE than just mild. It's all
Dude,
CTE.
Lance Armstrong testicle.
It's all CTE.
2 times the size.
Now listen, 2, if you allow professional athletes to take steroids whenever they want, then are you gonna allow college athletes to take steroids?
No.
Are you gonna allow high school athletes to take steroids?
No.
Oh, so that's where you're gonna draw the line, is when you become a professional.
Yes.
So
You work 16 years of your life to get to the pros, and then it's like, all right, now you can cheat.
Yeah,
it's not cheating.
I can stop flipping tires.
It's not cheating unless everybody else in the league is doing it. If you get out of college and you go straight to the majors and everybody else is pumping juice, it's going to be like a freak athlete league with crazy shit happening all the time. I think it's not.
But that also increases the chance of injury of other players.
And you think people in the NFL aren't going to get injured? They're not taking the chance already. I don't see an issue with it.
all right, dude.
All right, Beetle, what's your pitch of the week?
All right, Pete's gonna fucking rip me to shreds for this, and I know it, but I'm doing it anyways. So my pitch of the week is going to be growing a tomato plant on your back patio. So
that's so random.
Me and my girlfriend moved recently, and when we moved, her mom got us this like pot with a tomato plant in it.
Is there
at the
growing on your
time
back patio?
yeah, but at the time I was like, that's kind of fucking dumb. Like, I don't even like tomatoes. Like, why do I need a tomato plant?
Right.
And over the last couple weeks, it's just me and this tomato plant have gotten kind of close, and kind of become my baby. And I water it twice a day, and
Do you talk to it?
That's
make sure it gets
You know
sunscreen.
what?
I do.
What do you say to it?
You know what? You expected me to shit on you, but honestly, the one thing you need in life is something that you can love and care for because you're such an angry, bitter person.
Beetle, what do you say to your plant?
I just talk to him, make sure he's.
Like-
I ask him if he's thirsty.
Baby, are
Does
you
he talk
thirsty?
back?
Baby,
And I'm like, do you want more sunlight, less sunlight? Where are we at on this?
where are we at on this?
I'll count how many tomatoes he has every day. We're up to 3 now.
Wow, very
two
cute.
little ones, and one's like almost ready.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe next week on the podcast it'll be ripe, and I can show it to everybody on the camera.
we got to pop a beef. This is your first child.
But yeah, I mean, I don't really know how else to explain it. It's just.
Congrats.
I wake up every morning.
Congrats, man.
I wake up every morning, and the first thing I think about is this fucking tomato plant, and I'm like, I got to make sure it's got water.
Jesus.
Like,
you need a dog or
and then
something.
so I do need
Yeah.
that, but I left for the weekend. Come back, and Rachel had
Please tell
forgotten
me
to
it's
water it
Jack.
for a day.
Yeah,
No. Rachel had forgotten to water it for a day, and it was quite the argument because. I spent a lot of time on this plant. She's just going to fucking forget to water it and let it die, and that's just not okay. But I got it some water, nursed it back to life over the last, day and a half, and I think we're back on the right track now. So
There we
Proud
go.
of
that's my
Beef.
pitch of a week.
Proud of you,
Nice.
man.
Proud of you.
My pitch of the week is North Dakota State, which is Division One FCS, should go
Boys, I'm
into the Division One FBS. So listen to me. Since 2015, they have a 35-2 in the playoff record. They moved to Division One FCS in 2011, and since then they have a 35-2 playoff record in Division One FCS. Since 2011, the record is 127-8, which is the winningest program in the history of FCS and FBS.
Yeah, it's all right.
In the last decade, they're the winningest program.
Now imagine them on steroids.
Collectively and out there throughout their history, they've had 36 conference championships, 16 collective national championships, and then in the past, since 2015, they have 5 consecutive national championships in FCS. So they also have produced 2 potential one first-round draft pick, and then another potential first-round draft pick at quarterback, Carson Wentz, and then Trey Lance. Trey Lance's stats were 28 touchdowns to no interceptions, a 66.9% completion percentage, which is higher than Trevor Lawrence, and he also added 1,000 yards rushing and 14 extra touchdowns in rushing. So I think
Never heard of him.
Yeah, well, you should because he's going to go in the first round this year. So
We'll see.
That's basically just they're going to be Appalachian State if they go.
no, if they go there,
FBS.
I would see them like Boise State. TCU was there too. Boise State,
Okay.
TCU. They would be. That's what they would be.
That they'd be Appalachian State currently.
Okay, whatever.
They'd
So
be,
that's my
the
pitch.
bottom of the
is
top
that-
25 in a shitty conference.
Well, it's way too easy for them right now. So
Are they ever going to win a national championship game? No, because they're never going to
Possibly.
get into. They're
you
never
never
gonna
give
get
them
into
a
Power
chance.
5 con-
Never give them a chance.
Are they going to get into a Power 5
They
conference?
beat
No
Iowa.
shot.
They beat Iowa 2 years ago. They would have beat Oregon this year.
Appalachian State beat Michigan. What's your
Yeah,
point?
in 2008, and Michigan's been.
Yeah, and then they went FBS 3 years later or whatever it was.
It was actually
And then they were
2000
bad?
It was actually 2006. It was Lloyd Carr's last season. So
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
no,
whatever.
yeah, and then
Chad Henne, Mario Manningham, Aaron.
Hart.
They were
Mike
ranked number
Hart,
4
so
in the nation, and then lost.
Chris-
the first game of the season.
Jake Long, and so you're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But
Anyways,
but listen, Appalachian State went FBS, sucked for a few years, and now they're okay. Like they're
Yeah, that's
good
what
in
I'm
a bad
saying.
conference.
it's but they're better than winning national championships 7 years in a row.
Why would you not want to keep winning national championships?
I'm not
Why
saying
would you
it's
want to
not,
go
it's
play?
just too
Why would
easy
you want to
at
go
that
play in
point.
the fucking whack and play for nothing
Okay.
every year?
Because it benefits your school more to go Division One FBS.
No, it doesn't. It costs a fuck ton more money.
All right.
It is actually worse for the athletic department.
I think they should go to
promise.
Division One competitively. They're producing great athletes. They're a winning program. They have a winning culture. I don't see why they wouldn't have a problem. Okay, so that's pitch of the week. Next up, we got Pete's freestyle.
All right.
Okay, wait. I got to pee, so I'll be right back.
I'm gonna get some water, so I'll be right back.
I'll stay right here, and I'll just talk to the people.
Hold
I'll
it
do
down,
some-
Petey.
I'll-
Here, do
yeah,
your freestyle.
I'll do-
freestyle.
Okay. Well, I'm not actually going to do my freestyle right now. What I actually want to talk to you guys about is a lot of things have been going through my mind right now about like how these guys treat me. And I don't think they understand my comedic ability. Honestly, a lot of people have came up to me and told me like, oh, you're the next Andy Kaufman or Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler, Chris Farley. And I have to be humble, of course, about it because, I mean, what am I supposed to do, But I'm stuck with these guys and, someone just will call up and I'll figure it out. I mean, I think only Beetle heard all of this, which is fun.
I just listened to everything, and it was great. I laughed. I enjoyed it.
Um,
I think I have the most respect for Pete's ability out of anybody in the group.
All right. We got listener questions real quick.
Listen,
Pete, why don't you tell us the story about when you ate a spider?
Oh yeah, this one goes out to you know who you are. So it's my fall rookie initiation for lacrosse at Western, and we're drinking, we're having a good time. I am blackout drunk, destroyed, like the type of like where you like stand up and everything's spinning around, and it was like a dark little cave basement. So I felt like I was a Geico caveman, and all of a sudden I just hear like a splat, and I hear them go, someone needs to eat this spider, and they just yell like my name, and I'm like so wicked drunk that I'm like, yes, dude. And I pick up this gross little spider that's just been splattered, pop it in, dude, crunch her up and swallow it.
Was it
Boys,
good?
I was so drunk,
Dude,
I can't even
I
remember.
remember
I'm alive, I'm healthy.
I remember in 8th grade we were at a lacrosse tournament and we found a worm, and we were like, Pete, eat it, and you were like, all right, and then you just ate a worm too. So
Very nice, dude. Very nice.
so that's twice you ate insects. All right, and our
Are
next
worms insects?
Yes.
Hot question. I actually don't know.
I don't
Well,
think so.
what else would they be considered? Decomposers?
I don't know.
Birds?
Don't insects have to have 8 legs?
Dude, I don't know.
Pretty sure. Or maybe that's just spiders have to have 8 legs?
Are they reptiles?
All right.
I'm looking it up. What's a worm? Hold
Our
on.
next listener question comes from actually I don't have the app, but it's talk about football rankings.
Oh, it's at Nick Hecht.
Oh, okay.
No.
Kansas City's 1, Saints are 2, Ravens are 3. That's it. That's all I got.
I'm going Manchester, Liverpool, Man U.
All right.
I didn't hear the question because I was looking up what worms were animals or insects.
Alabama, Clemson, and
He just said football rankings, so I did soccer rankings. Nick
Oh.
V did NFL rankings. You should do college, and Nick Soul can do like Pee Wee or like youth.
All right. Well, first of all, worms are animals, not insects. Second of all, what about college rankings?
sure, man.
Top 3, man. Nick Hecht just wants to know your football rankings, man.
All right. Well, I think Nike balls are the best. And then after that, I would go with probably Wilson. And then after Wilson, I'm going to go with a wild card, and I'm going to say Spalding.
All right.
Don't even know if they make footballs, but that's what I'm going with.
But if they did, that's number 3.
Yeah, for sure.
So Nick Soul, spin that any way you want, baby.
So I've been to a couple AYSO youth soccer tournaments this year, and the Orange Sparks out of
We're doing football, not football.
Yeah, well they're looking great this year. They got a coach. The coach is
What's the name? What's the name again?
The Orange Sparks out of Grand
The
Rapids.
Orange Sparks.
Yeah. I think they're a 6U team. They got one kid on that team that just isn't human. He might be a 14-year-old, but he's playing with
The under 6 team.
I don't know what the fuck they feed him out there in Grand Rapids, but it's not people food.
It's fucking
I don't think
working.
they're treating them okay. We should figure it out before something bad happens.
Yeah. All right. Well,
All
that
right.
that concludes episode 6 of the Morning Missile.
I'll tell you what, if you made it through that one, I have mad respect for you. And
Yeah,
I'm so
no kidding.
happy.
You guys are the truest and the best. We are really up and coming. I'm going to be honest. The rankings are looking real nice if you're a statistical person. So keep listening, keep sharing. We're on all streaming platforms, including YouTube, if you want to see our beautiful faces. If not, we are on Spotify, iTunes Podcast, or iPodcast. I don't know what it's called. I don't use
Apple Pod, but almost.
Apple
Good try.
Podcast, pretty close. You know, everything has an I. Google Podcast, Stitcher, iTunes, or iAlexa. I don't know, whatever the Alexa one.
Alexa?
Whatever Alexa.
Subscribe to us on
iHeartRadio.
Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts. Give a 5-star review. Write a review. Shit on intern Nick. That's it. That's all we need.
Yeah, no, we love it.
Favorite
We
part
love
of the
hearing it. Like I said, like any little thing, any little review, anything you have to say, please just put it on there. Let us know what you think, what you want to hear. Participate in our polls. Participate in our questions. We're on Instagram at Sportscast on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We got merch hopefully coming out at some point. Who knows when? There's sweatshirts hopefully coming out whenever we agree on design. But we love you. Thank you for listening. Let's have a great week.
Take it easy.
Jesus Christ. Bye, everybody.